Hey guys, what's up and welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be doing episode 3 of my MyTeam Career Mode. And as you can probably tell from the title, there's going to be a lot of stuff we're going to do this week, this episode, which I mean customization stuff, of course. But if you have not seen the previous episode, or the previous episodes, you can check out the previous episode in the annotation top right, and I've also linked the playlist where I put all my episodes, so you can check out the starting episode if you did not see that yet. But you can see now we're doing a brand new livery for our team, because I know I said I was going to stick with the livery, but I was just playing around in customization mode and found this livery that I really liked, and it's this one right here. And so I decided to put it on. Also because now with this darker livery, we can put all the sponsors as white. As you can see, that's what I'm doing right now. Which means that they will look good on the suit as well, because they'll all be white, and the suit is white, so they'll look good. And it'll also look good on the helmet, as the helmet is also pretty dark. But yeah, so this is our brand new livery. You guys tell me what you think in the comments below. I just want to say a quick thing as I'm doing the customization in the background. I got a little messed up with the recording process this week, so just please forgive me. So there's gonna be a problem with the replay cameras. There's not gonna be any replay cameras as they were laggy. And also except for the beginning, there's gonna be a little bit of replay in the beginning. But as you can see in the background, I'm changing the name of my team because I didn't like Nikolai Grand Prix. So I wanted to go with Scuderia Nikolai, as I already said it. But I already said multiple times, but it was not allowed because I believe Ferrari have that word as ownership, like they own that word. So we had to just stay with Nikolai. I went for Nikolai Shark F1 team, which next week will become Nikolai F1 team. I was just getting messed up with the names. Like I said, it's a bit of a mess this weekend, so just this episode, just bear with me. This also, you can see right there, that is our new badge. I found something that looked like an N, because it kind of looks like an N. And so that's what our new badge looks like, and now you can see I'm just fiddling around with the like colors and stuff. But yeah, now we move on to the actual episode, and we have 9 days of free time until the Vietnamese Grand Prix. Of course, a new track, so that we're gonna have to see how we go. But so for the things we are going to do, hold on, let me recheck what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do a supplier HQ tour, which I believe will boost our acclaim as a team, and also resource points. Then we're gonna do a esports event, because that will also boost our acclaim. And then we're gonna do a reaction training, because I want to boost the awareness of my driver. I know I got Aiken because of his awareness, but I want it to boost it even more, because we do not want to crash the car. Now we're gonna go to the R&D, and for the R&D, we cannot do anything. We can do actually something on the engine, but we're gonna hold on because, actually I don't even know if I have the resource points available to do that major upgrade yet, and I just want to see what other options I have. And in terms of chassis and aero, we cannot do anything. You can see I actually do not have enough resource points to buy it just yet. We will have, though, as soon as even before we get into the race weekend. So and now we're looking at chassis. There's no upgrades we can do, and that's also true for aero, because we have reached our capacity, our department capacity. And for durability, I was so tempted on doing this upgrade on the gearbox wear, because as you guys know, this weekend we will have to actually change our gearbox, because it got worn in the first 2 episodes. And you might say, how did it get worn so quickly? To be honest, I don't know. It's always like that in the F1 games for me, personally. And you can see actually Carl here says we had a major issue on the production line, which means that everything has failed. So not that great. And so we have to repurchase the chassis and the aero. The engine will still come. The engine upgrade will still come before before the weekend. So that will be fitted on the car, but. Now here, this is practice 2, and I just want to show you guys the car, the new car in its brand new livery. As you can see, it looks as slick as ever. Finally, the sponsors on the halo look actually good. Like, white on black and not black on black, which is really, really good. And I'm going to show you a replay as well from the outside camera. You can see I did not like that white stripe too much, so I might change it back to black if you guys want me to in the next episode or so, because I was not too keen on it, but yeah. So anyways, we gain a load of resource points doing all our programs and stuff, and so we do get enough research points to buy a major upgrade from the engine, and now you can see as I said, the other engine upgrade has come, and so we can fit that. We do have more options. So we have 3 options. We have a minor upgrade, as I'm gonna go. I don't know why I'm fiddling through chassis and aero, but there we go. So we have this major right there for the engine power. Then I've got a major for the ERS, and then I believe we have a minor for fuel. We have a minor for fuel. But I decided to go with the engine power because with the ERS and fuel, I'm pretty good at saving those. So I decided to let's go with a major engine power and see if we can build that up. But anyways, as you can see now, we're taking the penalty for the gearbox. Because, like I said, it got worn really quickly, so just... I don't know why it always does that. But anyways, now that we can go to qualifying. I felt really good on the track. There are some very awkward corners. So like the one that leads up to the main straight, or the turn 1 is actually very awkward as well. So it is a pretty awkward track to be honest. But it's also really fun in some places. So here we go. Now this is our first flying lap in Q1, and hopefully our only flying lap if we can get it good enough. And I believe we will. The car felt pretty good. A bit slidey, I feel like, but nothing. Actually, yeah, it felt a bit slidey, especially in this corner right here, and then another corner. The curbs here in this track are deadly, especially the ones that stick out a lot. They are deadly, seriously. Like this one does not stick out a lot. This one does not stick out a lot. The ones that stick out a lot, and you take them at like decently high speeds, like the ones at turn 2 and 3, and then the one at turn 4, I believe that is. I'm not so sure about what turn that is, but I might be able to show it to you guys in qualifying. But as you can see, this is our only qualifying lap time. This is our only time in Q1. We don't need to do any more. And so we have made it into Q1 fairly easily, actually, to be completely fair. I actually thought we were going to do it. It's going to be much harder. But you can see our teammate is actually in last place, which I got to say is disappointing to see. It's really disappointing to see. I don't know why he became last. He was last. But it's kind of disappointing, and I'm thinking of changing my teammate if he does not showing that he has the pace in the next few races. But now you can see this is huge here, when you can see I've actually tried to do a smart thing. I let Albon go, but not go too far away, so I can try to follow him. Sure, there is dirty air in this game. There's more than last year, but I feel like in last year's game as well, I felt like I could go faster if I could follow people. I know that's not that smart, but as you can see now, Albon here has a massive tanks lap right in that corner, so his lap time is not that quick. And as you can see, this is probably the part that ruined our lap the most. As we go into his slipstream, we actually kind of overtake him, which was really, really annoying, because I felt like I wanted to overtake him, but if I didn't, we were just going to tangle up, which is not what we want. So we have to brake super early, so that lost us time, definitely. And so, yeah, I don't think this was the right decision. At the time, I was like, I think that since we are really close to Albon, this probably is the right decision. And so I decided to actually not go out for any more laps, because I felt like I wanted a big chance for Q3. But as we moved through, we are in P7, so it was like, yeah, we're definitely going to make it in. But then everyone says faster lap time. I didn't even notice that Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc were both out of Q1, so they were Q2. So they were definitely going to set faster lap time. And so at the end, we have been kicked out of Q2. So, yeah, really annoying. I was not expecting it. That's why I didn't go for any other lap times. I was not expecting to get kicked out. And so we are in P11, but remember we have a 5-place grid penalty, which will demote us all the way to P12. P16. And so what I decided to do was I was not so sure about that because there's a big difference between P16 and P22. But in the end I decided to take all penalties because I just felt like with a fresh engine we could do something today, and also it's going to be a fun race. We can overtake here at Vietnam, so I just decided, you know what, let's go for it. Let's try to see if we can make this strategy work. So we're going to be starting from last place with all the penalties. We've changed the entire engine, and so without any further ado, let's go to the race.
Welcome along to the Vietnamese capital of Hanoi, a vibrant city built on the banks of the magnificent Red River. Today it's the backdrop for the latest round of the Formula One World Championship, with a circuit specifically designed to encourage overtaking opportunities. I think we could be in for a cracking race today. It's a track that combines the bespoke design of a traditional race circuit with the tight, close barriers of a street track that our drivers race on today. 23 corners and a total distance of 3.4 miles. Watch out in particular for overtaking into the braking zone at turn 11. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
Well, the throttle goes both ways, Crofty. You've got to have the discipline not to try and win the race on the first lap. So always be prepared to lift early and give those around you more space. Trying to be the last of the late breakers with half a dozen cars around you may pay off from time to time.
For today's exciting race, good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Vettel, Max Verstappen and Albon, Ricciardo, Sainz, Perez and Esteban Ocon, Norris, Stroll, Kimi Raikkonen and Kvyat, Giovinazzi, the Rainmaster. They've taken a grid penalty. Romain Grosjean and George Russell, Magnussen, Latifi, Aitken and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot today. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Right, so here we are now on track, and you can see Crofty actually told us we're in P16, and it says on the steering wheel we are P16, but we are in P22. I can confirm. That's just a glitch there. But what I can also confirm is that we have a very modest penalty of 197 places. So very moderate, very nice and chill out penalty. Anyways, the strategy is gonna be a one-stop. We're gonna pit on lap 5, and then I'm gonna switch to the softs, to the mediums on lap 5. Like I said, this was not the strategy that my team said I should have done. My team wanted me to do 7 and 7, but I just didn't see any point in that, as doing 7 laps on a tire and then doing 7 laps on a tire on a harder compound just doesn't make sense. So we're going to do a 2-lap undercut. But here we go now to 5 lights, and away we go. This is the only replay you will see, and sadly you'll see this because I had a glitch in my recording. So, but anyways, here we go now into turn 1. We're going to send a huge dive down the inside. Looks much better on board, so I'm really sad I couldn't show you guys. But we're already up, I think, in P15. Well, after this amazing dive bomb. Yep, P15 fighting before P14 with Lance Stroll. Can we get Raikkonen as well around the outside? Yes, we can, and we do make the move on him. And can we get Kvyat as well, who had some problem with damage? I don't know if you can see it. We cannot. He actually blocks us off, and this means we lose the position in Raikkonen as well, but we could maybe get it around the outside again. We try to not let anyone else overtake us, then we go around the outside of Kimi Raikkonen. Very nicely indeed. Can we do anything on the ones ahead of us, on the 2 ahead of us? No, we cannot. But now we can on Kvyat, who obviously has some on this year because of from damage. So we send one on inside of the very awkward left-hander, but we're able to make the move. So that's all that matters. And here we go now on Esteban Ocon. The ERS on rich fuel mixture. Here we go. Ocon is gonna squeeze us, but we're gonna be able to make a move on the outside. And actually, so much Constantine effect that we're able to make the dive on Perez work as well. But we squeeze him too much, and so we get tangled with him. You can see we're not being able to get away from his front wing there. So he makes us lose a heap of time. And now to pay him back, we're gonna absolutely squeeze him right to the curb, because I feel like he should have let us go there, but that held us up quite a lot, and so we cut all the way to lap 4, and we can finally see some people up ahead, and that is Sainz and Albon fighting together, fighting with each other, and Sainz actually overtakes Albon, which actually gives me proof that maybe it was the wrong thing to follow Albon, because he just doesn't seem to have the pace this weekend, and also he made a mistake in the lap that I was following him, so I feel like that lap was a really bad one from Alex, so we could have done better, he could have done better, and he did do better. But anyway, so Albon has just been overtaken by Sainz, but as you can see, they're battling. It's actually gotten us in the DRS zone. Here, though, we get a bit of understeer, we get oversteer in the exit, and so we're just outside the second, just in the detection zone, and so we don't have DRS for this lap, which I was really counting on, and I was actually thinking of pitting one lap later just to save with these guys, but since we didn't have any DRS there, we didn't get any for the entire lap. I was so close with them in terms of pace that DRS was crucial, and we didn't get it, so we decided to dive in lap 5. It's crazy to think we're already at lap 5, and we only been through 2 minutes of this race in terms of me editing it down, because it was pretty much nothing in the first stint. It was just me trying to catch up to Albon and Carlos Sainz, but we were not able to do that completely, and so we're now in the pit lane. Hopefully we can get a good stop from our pit crew, but yeah, kind of sad. First thing you can see, that's another glitch in our recording. I had so many glitches. I don't know, guys. If you guys can tell me how to avoid getting these glitches, I would really, really appreciate it. I'm on PS4. I'm recording with the double share button. So if you guys know how, I would really appreciate it. But you can see now we're up into P18. P19 is Latifi, and then P20 is Perez, who probably had to pit on lap 1 because of the contact we made with him. But anyways, here we caught up to Russell on lap 6, and we cannot get held up by him in this last sector because we're really quick in the last sector. But if we get held up by him, then we're just gonna lose way too much time. So here we go. We're taking this much quicker. We're gonna go down the inside. Very risky stuff. But to be honest, it wasn't. I mean, I did not even need the effort because of how slow that Williams car is. And now we can see, have we made any inroads on the guys ahead, on Albon and on Carlos Sainz? Let's see. They were around a second ahead of us. Have we gained that? That is Carlos Sainz right there. You can see him. But don't get too excited because the pit lane exit is so much faster than the actual racing line. So have we just gotten ahead of Sainz? Here we go. Where is Sainz? He's right there. He's coming at a pit box now. Somehow we avoid contact. That's if anyone was asking, that's what happens when a driver rejoins when an ADI driver rejoins the track from the pit lane. As you can see now, we're trying to make the move, and actually Sainz there at the last moment cut us off, so we had to brake early, which did not allow us to get in the DRS zone of Magnussen, which forced us to make the move here. And Magnus did a very similar thing there. I don't know if you could see. So I don't know why, but the AI here are very erratic. They just close the door. I don't know, but they give you the outside, right? They go defensive. But then if you don't get your nose in before the braking zone, they just try to cut you off. And it might be too late when you realize that. And so, fortunately for me, it wasn't too late. But anyways, here we go now. Where is Alexander Albon? Have we jumped him? I believe we did. Yes, we did, and by a long time as well. What about Lando Norris, though? He was ahead of Albon and Sainz. Have we got him? No, we haven't. But we're only 1.2 seconds behind Norris, so we might be able to get into his DRS zone, and that's exactly what we do at the start of lap 10. And so I believe that this is gonna be the fight today. Me versus Norris. Actually, Ricciardo is not that far ahead either. He's 2.2 seconds ahead, but there might not be enough time, as I tell you guys, to stay with Norris. I had to push as hard as I could. So I don't know if we're gonna be able to catch up to Norris. To Ricciardo. But right now we just gotta focus on making the move on Lando Norris. So here we go. We're gonna brake. We're gonna really good at this section, but we actually never got it perfectly right in the entire race. So once again, not getting it perfect, but nonetheless, we got really, really close to Lando Norris. So here we go then. DRS. Overtake mode. No DRS just yet, but we're really, really close. 4/10 to Lando Norris. Here we go. DRS engaged now. How are we close enough? We do not have a lot of ERS. We have single digits now. But here we go. Lando Norris, can we make the move? We're gonna break early actually and try to do a switchback. But Norris covers that off quite nicely. And so we've learned that I believe Norris is just too hard to overtake and switch back. But here we go now. We want to go around the outside, but he covers it off. Then we try down the inside, but he covers it off. Very, very nice defensive work from Lando there. And so we have to be behind. And to be honest, I was really, really mad because there was like we could have caught up to Ricciardo, but now we have to stay one more lap behind Norris. But we do, this time we're much closer to him. And you can see actually Norris gets a massive tank slapper that we hit him. Thank goodness we got no damage there, but now we're really, really close to him. With that tank slapper, there's no chance we will not get him. So here we go on the outside. Is he going to give us the on the inside? He's going to give us the room. He is. I was thinking about going back to the outside, but he gave us the room. Fair respect from Lando Norris, but we are in the inside, so we're going to go a bit wide here. And then to make sure we finish off the move. And actually we made Sainz catch up to Norris, which is good for us because maybe if they fight, then I'm not going to be bothered by Norris anymore. And now we can try to catch up to Ricciardo. It will be hard, but nonetheless we can try to catch up to him. We've got 3 laps to do that, so we'll be able to do that. We go to all the way to the beginning of lap 13. We have gained half a second there, but you can see here we get a bit of a tank stopper. We go wide, we hit the wall, and so we do get front damage, and that just throws out any chance of us catching to Ricciardo. But now that means that we have Norris right back on us. You can see the understeer got through this chicane, who's mad. And so now that we got Norris behind us, as we get a huge tank stopper, we're gonna have to defend as hard as we can. But here we go now. We've let him go just before the detection point because the detection point is right here. But I did not think about Sainz in this. I just thought about Norris. But at least we have DRS. Norris doesn't. Sainz does though. And we're gonna go down the inside of Norris. Is he gonna give us some? He is just about, and one on the right, one on the left of Norris there, who has to just back out of that because as much as you don't want to be overtaken by 2 people on the same straight, I mean, you also don't want to get a crash or squeeze someone out and then get a penalty. But you can see there, I actually went really wide in the hairpin. That was not because of my understeer. That was because I played it tactically, and so I made Sainz go wide with that. Now Norris is fighting him, and you can see we gain over at second there. But as we move to the final lap, they've caught back up to us because we have no pace. Like I said, we have literally no pace. I mean, this front damage is really bad. So here goes now Norris. We've let him by because then we're gonna have DRS for the main straight. We just need to make sure we stay close to him, and we do that. Just that. It would be great if Norris made another mistake like before, but he doesn't. But doesn't matter. Another glitch in recording. I'm so sorry for these glitches, guys, but. We move all the way to later into the straight, and here we go now. He's really far Norris. He's got a much better exit than us, but we are going to catch up to him. We're going to go round the outside. This time we're going to try to finish the move off. We're squeezing him, but that doesn't work for us because he's so slow. What did he think there? He drove completely into us, squeezed us all the way out, and now we're down into P10. And so we set a huge lap, then go wide to give him a little bit of his own medicine, but that was not enough for me, to be honest, because I was really annoyed there. We could have gotten P7, and Norris completely squeezes us out there. So he does not want to try to make the move on us because we're really annoyed, but he does do that anyways. And so here we go now. I'm sorry guys for this, but I was just really annoyed at Norris, so we're gonna squeeze him right out. We make some contact with the wall. I mean, he still keeps his position. I keep mine, but he gets a bit of his own medicine because that was really mean. That was just not what Norris should have done there. He completely drove into me, and so we don't get P7. We could have gotten P7. We get driver of the day, but just we could have gone P7. It would have been an amazing result, but I guess for another time, guys, because of Norris.
Vietnam Grand Prix, and what a performance it was from our race winners today. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
So there we are, not on the podium for the first time in a long while. Not in a long while, but first time in 3 races, and I was not expecting to be in a podium, but it's just so annoying. Would have gotten P7, we didn't. We stay fourth in both championships though, so I'm not complaining about where we are in the championships. So really good for us there. But you can see our teammate. As now we're gonna go to results. Our teammate, with all that Perez, Perez had to pit on lap 1 and fix his front wing. With all of that, Perez still finished ahead of Aitken. Perez actually did an amazing race, P15, considering what happened to him in the start. But Aitken, last place, it was just really disappointing to see that, because I felt like the car had some pace, and now we go to an interview with Claire, but I'm really thinking about changing him.
How's your grid penalty going to affect your strategy going into the race?
I don't know about what Claire is talking about here, because, I mean, this penalty, the race is already finished, so it's not going to affect it. Already affected, so I just said no comment here.
It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
I mean, none of us wants to be the person to back down, like with Perez and Norris.
The walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip?
I was not struggling for grip. It was, I'm not sure what happened, because it was just crashing. I wasn't struggling for grip.
Appreciate your time.
So Claire, with their awkward questions as usual, or awful questions rather. Ooh, got her. Yeah, that has been it for this episode. You can hear my sourness in my voice. I'm just not happy about how the race went, to be honest. We get 40k, so not that much money. But we are in level 5 of acclaim, so we will be able to get a new sponsor. And also, we're over $2 million, so we will be able to do an upgrade to one of our HQ facilities. But that is for another episode, guys. Until next time, goodbye.